The Princess and the Pet by Kanter. Chapter 1. Why can't I have a pet? Princess Mina asked the Queen. Because they make a mess, said the Queen. So does she, said Princess Mina, looking at her teenage sister, Princess Tina. She was slumped on the floor in the middle of a pile of magazines and half-empty mugs. Why can't I have a pet, Daddy? Asked Princess Mina. They smell, said the king, and they leave hairs everywhere. So does Princess Tina, said Princess Mina. She stinks. She turned up her nose at her sister, who was only just visible through a haze of perfume and hairspray. It was like an explosion in a flower shop. And look, said Princess Mina, pulling a handful of hairs from the beanbag, where Princess Tina had been sitting and brushing her long hair. I will ask Nana for a pet, said Princess Mina. She's a softie. She edged over to the rocking chair where Nana was knitting a long scarf. You'd like a cat or a dog, wouldn't you, Nana? Cooed Princess Mina. Try this on, dear, said Nana, wrapping the scarf around the princess's neck 10 times until she could hardly breathe. It's your birthday present, Nana said cheerfully, but I really want a... Oh, never mind, said Princess Mina. It's lovely, Nana. Princess Mina felt like crying. I'm never going to get a pet, she said with a sigh. Then she had a brilliant idea. Chapter 2. I am going to ask my fairy godmother for a pet, said Princess Mina. That's what they're for. After all, granting wishes. She went up to her room. All of her dresses were hanging out of her closet, and her books were all over the bed. Her crown was lying on the table. It was bent, as if it had been tried on by someone whose head was much too big. Princess Mina marched downstairs again to see Princess Tina. You've been borrowing my stuff without asking again, haven't you? Asked Princess Mina. Yeah, said Princess Tina. She was stuffing her face with marshmallows. Princess Nina's marshmallows, the ones that Nana had given Princess Mina last week as a reward for helping unravel her knitting yarn. And don't go telling Mom and Dad or that stupid fairy godmother of yours that I've used your stuff, said Princess Tina, or I will pull your hair so hard that you will have to ask Nana to knit you a wig. And you're never going to get a pet from anyone for your birthday, ever, because all pets make me sneeze. So there. And Princess Tina stomped out of the room. Ever since her boyfriend, Prince Bertram, had been turned into a frog, she'd been in a really bad mood. Princess Mina cleaned up the mess, and then she got out her cell phone and sent a text message to her fairy godmother. After a few moments, her fairy godmother texted back. Too busy making toast to visit. What do you want? We'll send you a spell. Making toast? Did she mean making toast? Mina wondered. Her fairy godmother was not very good at texting and often pressed the wrong button. Princess Mina texted back. would like a pet for my birthday. At once, her fairy godmother sent back a spell. Princess Mina read it out carefully. There was a loud bang and the castle shook. "Oh no," said Princess Mina. Princess Tina's plugged in her hair straighteners and blown a fuse again. But it wasn't that. It was something much more exciting. Chapter 3. The pets were arriving. In the kitchen, Kitten jumped out of the blackberry pie that the king was making. In the living room, Puppies popped up on the couch next to the queen and chewed up her slippers as she snoozed in front of the TV. In the bedroom, two glistening goldfish swam around and around Nana's dentures. And in the bathroom, Princess Tina reached for the soap and found herself holding a magnificent shining turtle. For a while, all that could be heard in the palace was screaming and shouting, with a few meows and yelps. Princess Mina ran from room to room, greeting all of her wonderful new pets. But an hour later, she didn't feel quite so happy. "No birthday cake unless you get rid of the pets, I'm afraid," said the king, scraping his blackberry pie into the trash. "This pie is full of cat hair. I will never be able to make you a birthday cake with all of these kittens in the kitchen." "The puppies will have to go too," said the queen. "My slippers will never be the same again." Nana tried to say something, but she spat out a goldfish instead. Princess Tina was the angriest of them all. The turtle had made her break out in pimples. And when she'd gone to steal some of Princess Mina's makeup to cover them up, she picked up a powder puff and found that it was a hamster. And then she realized that maybe it hadn't been such a good idea to eat those chocolate drops that she'd found next to Princess Mina's bed. "Get rid of all these pets," she hissed to her sister. A boa constrictor hissed back peacefully from under the bed. Princess Mina just did not know what to do. Chapter 4. "Get rid of all these pets," said Princess Tina in a more wobbly voice this time. Or I will get my fairy godmother to turn you into a frog." But talking about frogs reminded Princess Tina of her dear Prince Bertram, who was doomed to live as a little green creature in the pond. She started to cry and completely forgot about being mean to Princess Mina anymore. Princess Mina began to feel sorry for her sister. She texted her fairy godmother again. "Please send a spell to take away the pets," she typed. Immediately, her fairy godmother sent back this message: "A spell to take away the pest." Another typing mistake. Princess Mina guessed. She read out the spell carefully. Then there was another huge bang, and the castle shook again. Was everything fixed now? Chapter 5. The fairy dust settled. Princess Mina looked around. The king came into the room with a handful of kittens. "I suppose they're actually very sweet," he said. "They can stay." The queen came running in with the puppies at her heels. "They're all right," she said. "I'm training them to bring me my newspaper and slippers." Nana came in. She had found a nice bowl for the goldfish. "I'm going to need a lovely goldfish bowl warmer to keep the goldfish warm," she said. It looked like the spell hadn't worked. Princess Migna waited for her big sister to say something horrible, but Princess Tina was nowhere to be seen. Suddenly, Princess Migna realized what was wrong. "A spell to take away the past," she remembered. It really did take away the past. Princess Tina was a pest, but I wonder what's happened to her. Out in the palace ground, an amazed frog prince, once known as Bertram, was happily saying hello to his delighted frog princess Tina. The end.